essential pieces that you need, you will need a non-reactive pot. So that means something that is metal, like stainless steel or aluminum. You don't want to use like a non-stick or anything that has a coating. And so this is going to be your pot to make your brine or the liquid that's in the jar. Then you're going to need a water bath canner. You can really use any other large non-reactive pot, but the water bath canner is only $20 at Walmart, and it comes with this canning rack, and it just makes life a whole lot easier. So if you are wanting to get into canning, it is worth the purchase. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to turn our water bath canner on high. Jamie and I already made pickles earlier today, so this is already pretty hot, but especially because this is a very large pot and it's filled up to this line with water, when you fully submerge your jars in the water, you want to make sure that the water is 1 inch above your jars. In a water bath canner, this is the line that tells you where to fill your water. So because this is an electric stove, it's going to take a really long time to heat up this amount of water. So the first thing we want to do is to start it. It probably won't take that long for me right now because it was already hot from doing pickles about 30 minutes ago. Okay, so then while the water is heating, you want to take your produce. It doesn't matter what you're canning. If you're making sauerkraut and cabbage, you're doing peaches, you're doing pickles. In this case, we're doing pickled green beans. First step, wash your hands, of course. So what you're going to do is you're going to put this in a water vinegar solution. I usually use about 1 cup of white vinegar and then fill it up with water, and then you're going to let the vegetables soak in that for 10 minutes, and then you're going to wash and rinse them off, which we've already done that process earlier. So then with green beans, you'll notice there's a little stem on the end, so then you just snap off that stem and discard the stem or compost it if you're into composting. So our vegetables are ready to go. Usually while the vegetables are soaking in the vinegar solution, I will wash the jars. So when you're looking at canning on the internet, oftentimes it will tell you that you need to boil. Put the jars in boiling water, or you need to put them through the dishwasher. None of that is necessary. Really, you just need hot soapy water. So today we chose a larger, long, skinny jar because green beans can be rather long and difficult to fit into the jars. So this is actually a new jar for me, so we're going to see how this works with green beans. So I'm just going to take a little bit of soap and fill it up. I'm going to take the rings and the lids and throw them in the bottom so that they can soak while I wash the jars. Something to note about the rings, which is one of the reasons that you don't want to boil these before you use them in canning, is that these rings contain a waxy seal on the inside, and that's what allows you to preserve the food and make it shelf stable so that it doesn't have to go into the refrigerator, of course, until you open it for the first time. And I will show you. This is the wax seal. So this should only hit boiling water temperatures 1 time. It is a 1 use and then discard. The rings and the jars you can continue to use over and over. And the already used lid you can use for storing your jar in the refrigerator after you've opened it if you don't consume all of what's in the jar at one time. Yeah, so this only hits the water, boiling water 1 time. Very important. Okay, so we have our hot soapy water. but better to have them washed than not when we need them. Alright, so do that a couple of times and then rinse. Okay, you can shut it off.